Moving your family halfway around the world is one of the biggest decisions of your life. But if you've been dreaming of it for more than a decade, can the reality match your expectations? Especially when you know it'll be the hardest choice you'll ever have to make. For more than 10 years, the Edwards family have been living in limbo.
Keep on going back and forth, thinking, what's the best thing to do?
So it really is driving us insane.
And after a week of highs...
That's the sea!
And lows...
Oh my life!
They'll have to make the toughest decision of their lives. But will they choose with their heart or their heads?
The future now is down to us.
I want to make a decision this week so that we can get on with our life.
23% of New Zealand's population were born overseas. Many people emigrate there for a more relaxed pace of life in this country of beautiful scenery. But the move isn't always right for everyone, and many return home with their dream in tatters. The Edwards face some big decisions as they experience the reality of life in New Zealand. At the end of their week down under, they'll have to decide their future, whether to stay in the UK or to make the move for good. To make that choice, they travel over 11,000 miles, cross 3 continents and spend 23 hours in the air. And the long flight has given them a chance to think about the distance from loved ones and the week ahead.
The decision is right in front of us now. We've done a lot of research, but it's like now, in your face. Are you going to go for it? Are you going to weigh it up and make a mature, sensible decision? It's a lot to take in, I think. Oh, yeah, it's still fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a decision for the family, but this week is going to be the difference.
We're going to try and enjoy it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not even try. We will enjoy it, won't we?
We will enjoy it.
Yeah.
As they set off for a week that could change their lives, it's a world away from their home in Dudley. Plumber Clive and learning support assistant Tracy are parents to daughters Alana's 13 and 8-year-old Naomi. Clive and Tracy are born and bred in the Midlands, but have long thought about a change.
After all this time I've spent here, I need to go somewhere else, somewhere which is going to be a little bit different, a little bit exciting. So I'll go around the corner and think, oh, I haven't seen that before, instead of the same old thing over and over.
New Zealand has been on their minds for over a decade.
The idea to emigrate started 10 or more years ago on holiday with friends. We talked about it for hours and hours. They went and did it, the Rotters, and they're in New Zealand now, and I'm very, very jealous of them.
We thought to ourselves, well, could we actually do it? And will it really make a big difference to our life if we did?
And in 2007, after returning from a visit to New Zealand, they were all set to take the plunge, only for terrible news to hit the family.
Mum, out of the blue, announced that they'd discovered breast cancer. And it was just, hang on a minute, everything stopped.
Even though Tracy's mum is now in remission, the decision to move won't be any easier to make.
If we now then say, we're going to go for it actually, well, what if she then has a relapse? What if, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm really concerned whether it's the right decision for the extended family. Can I say that?
But a move won't just mean leaving Tracy's mum. For Clive, it means saying a long goodbye to his family.
There's like 13 brothers and sisters. Come family get-togethers, everybody comes together, we just have a good time. I'm going to miss them, but whatever it takes to make my family happy, that's what's important to me.
But after 10 years of talking about New Zealand, they're still no closer to a decision.
When Mum and Dad start talking about
moving to New Zealand, I usually just put the headphones in and close it all out.
We keep on going back and forth, thinking, what's the best thing to do?
I just yak about New Zealand all the time.
Is it better in England or is it better in New Zealand?
So it really is driving us insane.
I really do think they should stop talking about it, because I just get a bit bored of the situation. It's like, oh, shall we get the visas? What property shall we have? Shall we go to Auckland or the South?
They moan a lot.
We need to make the decision, and we've made a pact that this is it, now and ever.
Either do it or don't do it and just live life. Because at the moment we're waiting to live life.
The Edwards are caught between two different worlds. They know just how painful emigrating will be for them and the people they love. But for the past 10 years, they've been wondering if the grass really could be greener down under. It's time they found out. The Edwards want to see if New Zealand's largest city, Auckland, could be the ideal location for a new start. The city environment should offer good work opportunities for Clive and plenty of activities for Alanis and Naomi. But the benefits don't come cheap, with Auckland's property prices the highest in the country. For the next week, home is the historic suburb of Devonport, just across the bay from the city. They'll be staying in a two-bedroom apartment close to shops and restaurants and minutes from the beach. It should be an ideal location for the week ahead.
Oh, this is nice.
What do you think?
Oh, it's nicer than I expected it to be.
I mean, for such a quaint, older house, you didn't expect it to be so modern.
The kids look to have settled in, but for Tracy and Clive, thoughts turn to the week ahead and the big decision they have to make.
To be honest, I don't know if I really want to like it, because if I like it, then we're going to have to come. If I don't like it, then the decision's made for us.
It might be perfectly all right, within our reach, and then I chicken out. And I think I can't leave everybody, or think it's just too nerve-wracking, because I have the tendency to do that as well.
I want to make a decision this week so that we can get on with our life.
Back in the UK, the Edwards have just sold their three-bedroom shared ownership house in Dudley. They've raised £35,000 towards a deposit on a potential house in New Zealand. And they've worked out they could afford a budget of around £180,000. But for that price, there are a few must-have items on their wish list.
In the home we are in now, we are so squashed. We can't do what we want to do.
We could do 2 bathrooms. I've got 3 girls that take ages to get ready, so I'm just there waiting.
I'm hoping that we can afford something that has slightly bigger rooms. Well, not slightly, what am I saying? It's got to be huge.
To give the family a taste of Auckland's property market, we've arranged for them to see some local houses up for sale. We'll show them 3 choices based upon what they want from their ideal home, what they can afford, and the real cost of property down under. After seeing for themselves what's on offer, we'll reveal the price of each house. Their search begins in Albany, on the north edge of the city. It's Auckland's fastest growing suburb and popular with families due to its proximity to the beaches. This 2-bedroom modern house is on a small development and offers the Edwards a low-maintenance home close to schools, shops and parks. But what will they make of it?
Uh-oh.
Bit council-y.
Don't like it. Been there, done that. Lived in high-rises
Yeah.
when we were first married.
Not a great start. Let's hope the interiors go down better.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
No.
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 Oh dear.
No.
This is a holiday home size.
That's exactly what it is. It's a nice view, but this would be classed as your garden.
It's not very promising.
The outside hasn't impressed, so it's upstairs to check out the bedrooms.
Well, it's got an ensuite. That
Go and have a look
potty in
then.
the corner.
Nah.
Nah.
I wouldn't
If
even...
this is all we can afford,
No way.
Not interested. Not interested at all.
Let's just shut the cupboard door, shall we, and just walk away.
And with just one other bedroom, the house is falling short of their needs.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine it? They'd just be absolutely at each other's throats. Where's the main bathroom?
Oh, what's that? Oh, so it's both en suite. This is exactly the same as the other one. Should we find out how much it is?
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
It doesn't matter what it is, I don't want it.
Well, no, they'd have to pay us, I think.
I think they definitely have to pay me.
This is such a good room.
Mum and Dad really don't like it.
Kept on going, no, I don't like it.
So the first house hasn't impressed. But what's the verdict on the price? Will their £180,000 budget be enough to afford a house they don't even like?
What do you
What's
think?
the matter? Oh.
Is it so dramatic?
Right, let's see how much the price is. So we think it's going to be about £80,000.
80,000?
You've probably got no idea how much.
It doesn't really matter how much it is, does it?
I know. Hopefully it's how much they're going to pay us. Oh my life!
160, you're joking.
£160,000. You get a huge house for that.
We could get a lovely house with a lovely garden back in England.
If this is all we could get, I wouldn't
It's
be
not
interested.
worth it, because we'd have to sit in the home and feel, oh, this is lovely, this is just what we were looking for, to help you cope with all the emotional side of leaving everybody. If you came here, you'd think you've lost everything and took a step back.
Shocked by the size and price of the first house, the Edwards' dream of moving to New Zealand has taken a step backwards. Could the next house offer them more of what they want? The second property is in the sought-after area of Forest Hill. With good schools and close to the city, it's popular with families. This 4-bedroom weatherboard house comes with plenty of potential, which should appeal to Clive.
Hallelujah!
Oh, thank goodness for that! I was so scared. I was frightened to look.
It's not bad, not bad.
Looks
Nice light
so
room. Really nice.
It's a relief.
It's an absolute relief compared to that not so nice house before.
This looks like it needs work.
Yeah, but that's not a problem. It's just cosmetic. Just cosmetic, really.
You hope.
After the last house, it's a far better start.
Yeah, there might be just a little bit of work in here.
60s or 70s this must have been done.
Let's have a look and see what it actually... Not much pressure. But, you know, that's not a problem. That's things which I can... Oh, that's old.
Okay.
A bit of New Zealand plumbing hasn't put Clive off, but Tracy may need more convincing that it's worth giving up the UK for. With 4 decent-sized bedrooms, there should be enough space for everyone.
That's quite nice. Nice size.
Feel more positive about this house than the last one.
The size is good.
Size is all right, yeah.
Children away in the other room. Can't hear them.
Are they okay?
They might have been electrocuted.
Yes.
Maybe we should check.
Yeah.
With just the garden left to inspect, can it convince Tracy this is the house for them?
I mean, the whole point of us coming was for the big open space, so...
If that space was at the back, then you get in there, aren't you? Because I've got to feel that I can come out and go, oh, this is lovely.
With a small outdoors and plenty of work needed indoors, it looks like this property is another big no for the Edwards. But if it's double the size of the first house, will their budget cover the cost?
This is going to be a lot.
I would say
190, 200.
180, I'd say.
Just have a look for a second.
Let's have a look.
200,000.
180.
Oh,
203. See, I was right.
I was right.
203,000 approximately.
203. It's the area. It's very nice.
A lot of potential, but it might be too much out of our price range when you actually put in the amount to actually do the property up to the standard it needs to be.
The second house didn't win the Edwards over, and its price confirmed Clive's money worries. Getting more from their budget means moving further out of the city. The district of Browns Bay is a popular area with beaches and shops close by. This 4-bedroom weatherboard house should offer plenty of space and a bigger garden. Estate agent Carolyn Lamack is there to meet them.
Thank you. So we've got a home here that I think fits most of your requirements, if not all of them. Have a wander through. We'll have a meet up at the end and see what you think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Let's have a look.
It's nice.
Oh, that is lovely.
Oh, hello.
That is very nice. Have you wiped your
What an
feet?
entrance.
Excellent. Where do we start? Let's go in here.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my days.
Is the orange tree there?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, let me in it.
Lovely.
Is that the
Imagine.
sea? That's the sea.
Oh. Now the kitchen, it's a galley kitchen. It's still quite small, but it's got everything you need.
Water pressure's okay then, or a little bit severe.
And there's something else that should keep Clive happy. 3 bathrooms for the girls. And for artist Tracy, one of the bedrooms is made to order.
Oh, you know what this is? This is
So art-
my art studio.
Yeah, imagine sitting and then again you got that beautiful view.
This is exactly the kind of garden I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Jungle, exotic looking,
yeah.
smothering the house,
Yeah.
hard to maintain. There's a gate here, hang on.
Is that more?
Yeah.
More garden.
Listen, I don't know.
Hold on. Is this a separate room?
Oh.
I've seen this. It's like a galley flat.
Galley flat. Annex, is it annex?
Annex, yeah. Okay, well that's good.
So it looks like there's a whole separate flat with the house. Maybe Carolyn can shed some light on it.
What's with that? Is it an annex or is it a...
Right, that's what we term a granny flat. So
Right.
it gives an extra income for most New Zealanders. One option if you want like the full site, the garden, the bigger home, closer to the sea, obviously that's going to cost more money. So one way of doing that is having a home that perhaps can bring in a bit of extra income.
This house seems to have everything the Edwards are looking for, but can they afford it? A lot rests on the turn of this card.
So what do you think? What do you think of the house?
Oh, I think it's a lovely house, but we're gonna have to pay a lot.
You think?
It's gonna
Do
be mega bucks.
You think? Do you like it now?
I've got one word to summon all me, so
What is it?
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you just you don't get your hopes up because I think it's going to be way out of our league.
Go on, shall we have a look?
Yeah, go on then.
Shall I do
Okay,
it?
Mum.
Oh, right. £278,000 or with the income £190,000.
So 278, just as it is, everything
can't
with the
afford.
granny flat, or if we rent out the flat, it's
190.
190,000. That's pretty good.
For what you're getting and where you are.
Yeah, I think that is very good.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So the dream house could be possible for the Edwards if they're prepared to subsidise the mortgage. They've seen 3 very different properties. The first was bang on budget, but fell well short of Tracy and Clive's expectations of living down under. The second offered size and potential, but it came with a small garden and a big price tag. Finally, house number 3 offered the Edwards the space and location they wanted and a possible way to afford it. So after a day of house hunting, have they seen enough to justify moving to the other side of the world?
Based on the properties we've seen today, we're going to vote for...
New Zealand! There you go. Is it New Zealand or is it English? Which one? Which one are you going to go for?
You don't do what we do if you don't want to.
Which one you want?
Are you undecided?
No.
Do you want to go in the middle like that, or...?
Which one do you want?
No idea.
I was expecting Naomi to be on shore. Right from day one, she's always said, what about the family? And it would break her heart, I think, if it come to leaving. She would be very upset, I think.
Auckland's property prices have come as a real shock to the Edwards, but there's still a chance they can afford their dream home. So it's vital Clive and Tracy find work that pays enough to keep the move alive. Back in Dudley, Clive works as a plumber for a housing trust, earning around £23,000 a year. As he's on a modest income, the family can't afford to take risks on employment in New Zealand. To get a feel for work down under, Clive is spending the morning with a local firm. There's a lot riding on it, and he needs to be sure New Zealand can offer the right opportunities.
It's all about the job, because if I haven't got a decent job, can't afford the house. So what I want to find out today as well is just how they actually work in New Zealand, whether it's they live to work or they work to live.
Clive's arranged to meet manager Sean Kane, who may be able to offer him some advice.
Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and what your qualifications are.
Level 3 electrician.
Yep.
Also level 3 plumbing as well.
Okay. From our point of view, having somebody who's got both trades and be registered in that would be a big bonus.
That's good news, but is there work to go with it?
In the last 3 to 4 months, it has definitely got busier. Things are certainly feeling better out there. But with the likes of Christchurch, as far as New Zealand is concerned, Christchurch's earthquake, that's sort of, there's a lot of work coming up. In the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to need 3,000 electricians.
With so much rebuilding going on in New Zealand, there looks to be plenty of work. But will his skills transfer?
So to be able to work in New Zealand, what would I have to do? What sort of qualifications have to...
To bring your qualifications to New Zealand, you do a written examination.
Okay.
And you do a practical examination as well.
It's all very well, but Clive's only got one thing on his mind.
That is exactly what I need to know. But what I really want to do now, I just want to do a bit of plumbing. Is any opportunities to do that?
Sure, what we could do is tee up to go and see one of the guys on a job site. It's a bigger job site, and just be able to see the fittings that we use, the plumbing, and see all that sort of setup.
As Clive heads to the site, Tracy's also out and about. It's vital she too finds work to help afford the lifestyle they long for. At home, she's a support worker assisting deaf students at her local college. To help support the family income in New Zealand, she'd like to continue her work as a communicator. To find out if that's possible, she's meeting up with Gail Harris, a teacher at a local college.
Is there much demand around the island for support workers for the deaf?
In New Zealand, most of the people who work in deaf education communicating are generally trained interpreters. We do have some communicators in some areas when we can't get an interpreter.
So the interpreter's course, is it full-time, and how many years is it?
Currently it's 2 years.
2 years.
It is, and there are course fees. So you're looking at least about 4,000 a semester or something like that.
It's like that back home.
Yeah.
It's not the news she was hoping for. Taking a 2-year course would mean paying fees and dealing with a drop in income. While Tracy finds out more, Clive is talking his language down on site. Plumbing.
It seems to be quite similar.
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
Yeah. In the end, sealing water is the same. It's just different ways of doing it. That's been fantastic. Thanks a lot for your help. Really appreciate that.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll be working with you in the future.
Yeah, you might be. Yeah.
Excellent. Take care then.
All the
See you
best.
again.
See ya.
Bye.
Happy with his prospects, Clive's keen to flush out a couple more important answers from Sean.
Just to give me an idea.
Yes.
What sort of hours would I be doing, and what sort of pay may I get?
So the average hours for our guys is between sort of 30 and 45 hours on average a week. Pay-wise, the average salary is around 60,000 New Zealand dollars a year.
Right, okay.
Plus any on-call, call-outs and stuff is on top of that.
So that's going to be about £30,000 on the current... Yeah.
Okay.
That's not too bad. That's good. That's good.
Right. All right, mate, thanks, guys.
Working full-time, Clive could earn £7,000 a year more than at home. But Tracy's extra income is crucial and could make all the difference between the UK and life in New Zealand.
So, Gal, what would be the average wage if I was a fully qualified interpreter?
It would be around 37,000 plus as a starting rate.
New Zealand dollars?
New Zealand dollars, yeah.
So, with the exchange rate at the moment, it's about 18,000, 19,000 a year. Well, that makes sense for an interpreter.
So if Tracy was to retrain and work full-time, she could earn more than she does at home, but at a cost of time with the family. Does she think it's worth it?
If I had to train as an interpreter here, I had no choice to get employment, then I'm not so sure that I would go for that because of being taken away from the family.
It's a big decision. Retraining wasn't in the New Zealand plan and would set the Edwards back financially. But will it affect their final vote?
Based on my job prospects in New Zealand,
I'm going to vote for
New Zealand.
UK. I've stuck with my UK job because I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the guys I work with, and I don't know if I'm willing to give it up because I've only just sort of really settled into that.
I voted for New Zealand because it basically is going to pay me more than in England. So in the end, our quality of life is going to be better. So as regards the job aspect of things, I think New Zealand is going to be the best thing for our family.
New Zealand seems to be offering good work prospects, but with some strings attached, it's left Tracy and Clive pulling in different directions. After a long day, they meet up to chat things through.
How do you feel about what you've seen and what you know about it all?
I like the job, but because I haven't got a firm job offer, I would basically have to chance it.
That's
without
nerve-wracking,
a
though,
job.
isn't it?
But then, if we want to live here, there's no other option.
You know what, though? It doesn't even matter what we want. If the figures don't add up, if it is really tight and not much difference, it doesn't matter if you want to live here. It's not sensible to live here.
Yeah, absolutely.
With plenty of question marks on their work prospects, the Edwards' final decision is looking hard to make. If this move is going to come off, both Tracy and Clive need to find out once and for all if they can afford it. We've prepared a breakdown of the family's everyday expenses. Based on their calculations, they'll find out if they can afford to live in New Zealand. So if Tracy chose not to retrain as an interpreter, would they be worse off?
Right, combined totals, right, UK £27,250, New Zealand £33,800.
So first tick for New Zealand. So let's do the houses then. Monthly repayment, £752 per month.
Which is all right. That sounds okay to me because that's what we're expecting to pay for a new home in the UK.
With no difference between mortgage payments at home and in New Zealand, life down under is looking affordable. But what about the everyday costs?
Groceries, £500 a month, £639 in New Zealand. But maybe what we would have to look at is if we get a little bit of land as well, is just growing some food of our own.
Yeah, crackers, you.
Well, we're going to have to, have you seen the prices?
So what's the bottom line? Will the Edwards be better or worse off in New Zealand?
Well, how much better off on a monthly basis are we going to be in New Zealand to the UK? £209 better off.
Roughly. We will end up living very similar to what we do at home.
Yeah.
But your advantage is it's not the West Midlands. It is by the sea and it's lifestyle.
I thought we'd sit here and it'd be, oh, you're joking. You Edward's family, you ain't got a chance. But that's really pretty cool, isn't it, that we can stretch to it as long as we can find the jobs.
Yeah, it's all about the job. I think it really does show, though, that it is doable. As long as we can get all the necessary things in place, we could be living in New Zealand.
The figures look good, but a lot hangs on Tracy and Clive earning the right salaries. So, will they trust the numbers and vote for New Zealand?
Based on the cost of living between New Zealand and the UK, we choose New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And you choose New Zealand again?
Well, it just looks right on paper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the cost of living isn't astronomical, it's still within our reach, so that's really encouraging, because there was a danger that it would be just the decisions made for you with the figures, but it's not made for us. The decision is still ours.
True. What she said.
Working out they can afford the life they want has helped Clive and Tracy take a big step towards emigrating. But what's always been at the heart of their dream is finding a lifestyle the family can enjoy together. And with Alanis and Naomi still unconvinced about New Zealand, there's a great deal at stake. So, to give them a taste of what Auckland has to offer, they're spending the morning down at Mission Bay. With plenty of cycling paths, getting around on two wheels is a perfect way to see the sights, even if the bikes aren't quite what they're used to in Dudley.
Bring it on. That one. Where's the brakes, man?
Hang on. Train! Oh yeah, brilliant! Where's that?
Nice and quick, excellent. Excellent!
But the ride isn't just for fun, it's also the best way of getting to their next activity. And this one has even more wheels.
I'll tell you why, tone up your legs. Because they're killing already. Oh my goodness! I don't know how you stop.
It's a new sport for the whole family, but the kids look like they've got it mastered.
Oh my life! It's nothing like ice skating, is it?
Yes, it is. Just do the same thing.
Oh my days!
How long did you actually put your rollerblades on?
Like 5 minutes.
Or do you put them back on?
No, thank you.
They hurt your legs. Oh man, oh man.
Oh my days!
I'm young.
Let go.
Now you see, I've been half an hour and I'm skating like a champion. This is what it's all about in the end, just life and them being able to just be children, just enjoy playing instead of, you know, having them in the house playing game consoles. The problem is that you have to have the opportunity, and you have the opportunity by having, you know, the right places to go. So if the beach is just down the road, you know, the kids will have the opportunity to get there.
It's nice to have the choice.
Yeah. It's about
We
choice.
don't have the choice.
That's what it's all about.
The choice.
Seeing Alanis and Naomi happy has brought home just why Clive and Tracy want to make the move. But are they any closer to making a decision?
So how would you feel if we were still talking about it in 10 years' time from now?
We'd be talking on Skype because I'd be here.
Or should you say, we'll be here?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going as well, deserting us.
So, after a taste of what life in New Zealand can offer, has it done enough to win their votes?
Based on the lifestyle, we're going to vote for...
New Zealand! I knew you'd choose New Zealand.
We knew that. It's a sign.
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
Brilliant.
Good decision.
Excellent, good decision.
After years of indecision, it looks as if the Edwards are one step closer to making the biggest choice of their lives.
What we've experienced today, what I've seen, I know it suits us. I know it suits us. I know we could fit in, but it's whether finances allow and your emotions allow. So we've got some more thinking to do, I think.
Do I really want to stay here? And I think I could see myself happy here. I think there's adventures to be had over here.
I think Mum and Dad are very confused. Like one day they're going, oh yeah, I'd love to live here, it'd be so nice. And then the next they're going, oh, I don't want to.
Sometimes we just said, oh, stop talking, let's just move. And sometimes we go like that.
Alanis and Naomi enjoying the Kiwi lifestyle is exactly what Clive and Tracy wanted. And yet, after their ideal day, they're still torn between home and New Zealand. So could seeing messages from back home finally help them make up their minds?
Right, so this is it now. We're going to see all the messages from the family.
We'll get the girls in.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for them to actually see it, because they're going to know then what they're going to be missing. Kids, we're going to have a look at the video and the messages.
Right,
you ready for it? Play.
Hey guys, Clive, Trace, girls.
Hello, Clive and Tracy.
Hiya, Tracy, Clive, Naomi and Alanis.
Trace means a lot to me. She's been there for me through some pretty rough times. She looks after me. Not that I need looking after, but she does.
If the move to New Zealand, I will be devastated. There's no other way to put it. I can't imagine what life will be like with them not here.
You know, as a parents, you know, it's a long way for them to go, and you know, I'm not so happy about it, tell you the truth.
My dad died when I was younger, so my Uncle Clive has really took the place of my dad for us, because he's a lot like my dad. So I think when I think about them going, I think about all my memories when I was younger, and he's always been there. So I think it's a shame really, because my children are going to miss out. We want them to be happy, and if this makes them happy, then I'll be happy for her. Really think about this seriously. I know it's something you've wanted to do for such a long time, but we will seriously all miss you. We love you all so much. So we'll see you when we get back.
We really care about you. We're missing you now. But if it works out, don't think about us. Think about yourselves. You're very important to us, and we want to see you happy. So please, please, get it right. Have a good look around. Check it all out. And we'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Now, if you decide to stay permanently, you just know I love you to bits, all of you, and I'll miss you terrible. If it's the right thing to do, you've got to be 100% on it, but go for it.
I hope you're having a nice time. I didn't want you to go, I really missed you, really, but I haven't got no choice. Anyway, I might come and visit you sometime. Bye for now, anyway.
That was nice.
Like, was it? Always. All right. You think you wanna go?
You miss Nanny?
Don't know.
You want to go home? Or do you want to stay here? It's hard, isn't it? It's made you confused, yeah?
You've got your life. And you're like living your life, and you're just like cutting the foundation. Everything that you've based your person on, who you are as a person, is gone. And you've got to start all over again here.
Seeing the people closest to them was a heartbreaking experience for the whole family. But if the Edwards can't face leaving the people they love, they'll have to wave goodbye to their dream forever. After 10 long years, it's time for them to make their final choice.
This week has been refreshing. Yeah, refreshing.
It's helped me to realise what's important. And well, I did know what is important, but what needs to be the #1 priority.
Clive is very considerate of what other people want and need from him. So I've been trying to encourage him to be downright selfish.
What I was doing was that I was thinking, what do the kids want, what does Tracy want, but I really wasn't thinking what I wanted. So I think this week has just helped me to realise what I wanted as well, so it did actually make the decision a lot easier.
The future now is down to us. It really is. It could swing either way. I'm convinced of that. It could swing either way, depending on our emotions.
I'm excited about what's going to happen in the future, in the near future. What about you know?
I don't know what's going to happen in the near future.
It's finally time to decide and find out once and for all where the Edwards' future lies, at home or in New Zealand.
Based on our experience this week in New Zealand, our final vote individually is for New Zealand. You've got UK. Why do you think UK then?
Family.
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 I knew it. That's a nice quality that you've thought to the family.
That's no problem, but so there's a little bit more discussion then. I think we know it's exciting and we've experienced it, and I think New Zealand will be a better place for us here.
We know it suits us, we know we can afford it, and see if we can get here in the end for a happy ever after. We're still scary.
But we're still in discussion.
We will have a family conference.
Yes.
And see what's the way forward. Do you need an ice cream after all that?
I'm absolutely raring to go now because it's been 10 years where we've just faffed on. It's just been, shall we, shan't we? And it's just been irritating. We've irritated ourselves with indecision. So now that we've made this choice, enough of that. We just got to say, right, we've got to
get on with it.
Take the bull by the horns and just get here.
So, New Zealand, here we come.
So New Zealand, watch out. We're coming.
It's decided. The Edwards have chosen to make their dream move to New Zealand. Getting Naomi on board may take a little time and a lot of ice cream, but after 10 years the family can finally look forward to a new life down under.
Coming up later, Bargain Hunt concludes its week in Australia, and today Tim's in Sydney at 12:15. Next on BBC One, a converted stable block is among our selection of homes under the hammer.
Moving your family halfway around the world is one of the biggest decisions of your life. But if you've been dreaming of it for more than a decade, can the reality match your expectations? Especially when you know it'll be the hardest choice you'll ever have to make. For more than 10 years, the Edwards family have been living in limbo.
Keep on going back and forth, thinking, what's the best thing to do?
So it really is driving us insane.
And after a week of highs...
That's the sea!
And lows...
Oh my life!
They'll have to make the toughest decision of their lives. But will they choose with their heart or their heads?
The future now is down to us.
I want to make a decision this week so that we can get on with our life.
23% of New Zealand's population were born overseas. Many people emigrate there for a more relaxed pace of life in this country of beautiful scenery. But the move isn't always right for everyone, and many return home with their dream in tatters. The Edwards face some big decisions as they experience the reality of life in New Zealand. At the end of their week down under, they'll have to decide their future, whether to stay in the UK or to make the move for good. To make that choice, they travel over 11,000 miles, cross 3 continents and spend 23 hours in the air. And the long flight has given them a chance to think about the distance from loved ones and the week ahead.
The decision is right in front of us now. We've done a lot of research, but it's like now, in your face. Are you going to go for it? Are you going to weigh it up and make a mature, sensible decision? It's a lot to take in, I think. Oh, yes. It's still fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a decision for the family, but this week is going to be the difference.
We're going to try and enjoy it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not even try. We will enjoy it, won't we?
We will enjoy it.
Yeah.
As they set off for a week that could change their lives, it's a world away from their home in Dudley. Plumber Clive and learning support assistant Tracy are parents to daughters Alana's 13 and 8-year-old Naomi. Clive and Tracy are born and bred in the Midlands, but have long thought about a change.
So all this time I've spent here, I need to go somewhere else, somewhere which is going to be a little bit different, a little bit exciting. So I'll go around the corner and think, oh, I haven't seen that before, instead of the same old thing over and over.
New Zealand has been on their minds for over a decade.
The idea to emigrate started 10 or more years ago on holiday with friends. We talked about it for hours and hours. They went and did it, the Rotters, and they're in New Zealand now, and I'm very, very jealous of them.
We thought to ourselves, well, could we actually do it? And will it really make a big difference to our life if we did?
And in 2007, after returning from a visit to New Zealand, they were all set to take the plunge, only for terrible news to hit the family.
Mum, out of the blue, announced that they'd discovered breast cancer. And it was just, hang on a minute, everything stopped.
Even though Tracy's mum is now in remission, the decision to move won't be any easier to make.
If we now then say, we're going to go for it actually, well, what if she then has a relapse? What if? You know, that kind of thing. So I'm really concerned whether it